Good morning. I was listening to a podcast about meditation and I really enjoyed it. And I don't meditate nearly enough. I think that it's really difficult for me to put it into practice, the kind of meditation that I want to do. And because I have this idea that it needs to be scheduled, regular, routine, at the same time every day. All of these add-ons, right, that are just personal rules and ideas that I have just made up to go around the meditating practice. And it's my mind that is satisfied with thinking about meditation without actually doing it, without the practice part. But what I do with discipline and regularity and conscientiousness is my art. And I have long thought that painting for me is a meditation. And I'm going to explain why I think that. When I am painting, I am concentrated, so I'm focused, and that is one aspect of meditation, is to be concentrated and to have your mind focused on a single object. And that object obviously can be a material object or it can be an imagined object, right? And that is one aspect. When I'm painting, I'm focused on the object of accurate representation of the image that I am trying to create. And so the image itself is my object. And because I'm so focused on the way I represent objects in 2D is to paint the differences in light and dark and color variations. And by reducing the information in the image and reducing what I'm focusing on to really light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, like how does this color compare to that color in terms of its value, its intensity, its saturation, and its lightness or darkness. Excuse me. And I think that is a way of visually creating a mantra. Now, mantra is an auditory thing, but it's also a mental thing, right? Where we take a bit of sound and repeat it over and over again until it loses its meaning. And by looking at an image in terms of light and dark and value and color, I am reducing the information until the image itself loses its meaning. Objects lose their name. And it could even be myself that I'm doing a portrait of, a self-portrait. And the image doesn't mean gala. The image is just lights and darks and locations. It is empty of meaning, of a fixed form. You see what I mean? So, I have those realizations, those insights during the painting process, but I do sink into a process, a mental state of where I am single-pointedly focused, and I'm single-pointedly focused on some small repetitive action that loses meaning, and my mind then transcends. A mental experience happens where I am aware and I'm continuing to paint, but there's no words and there's not even in my mind. There's just the knowledge of how to paint this image, and it goes very fast and very like decisive, like clear. I know exactly how to mix this color, how to put it on the thing. I just do it, and I would never ever be able in my regular thinking day to have planned that. It's knowledge that becomes accessible when I'm in that state of mind. And yeah. Okay, so I believe that that is a kind of meditation, and that it's very good for me to be doing it. And I do feel regenerated and confident and more myself. The more I do that and experience that I can only talk about when I'm not experiencing it, then the more I become myself. Does that make sense? All right, that's my meditation experience. Thank you for listening. I hope it helps you. I don't want to mislead anybody. I've not been trained to teach meditation. It's just something that I do. And I'm sharing what I experience. And I'm sharing it with love because I want you to be able to access meditation however it presents itself to you in your life. It's not an esoteric thing that you can only do one way. It is a human gift, and it is possible to be on a spiritual path that includes meditation, contemplation, and prayer. It is possible to do that led from your heart. Okay, but it's better with a teacher. But I mean, if you don't have one, keep practicing, okay?